Hello and welcome to the December edition of Community Connect, brought to you by the Marshall Area Chamber of Commerce. We've got two guests this month. First guest is Cassi Weiss. Cassi is the Visit Marshall Director and head coach of the Marshall High School hockey team, and Rob Proffitt, who's the general manager of the Fairbanks Ice Dogs. Thanks for being here.
Thanks for having me.
Let's recap all the good things that happened in November. Earlier in November, Choices Pregnancy Center hosted a clean comedian for their annual fundraiser on Sunday the 9th. Carrie Pomerelli did an excellent job keeping things light on this night, and thanks for everybody that came out, and for sure it was a good time for everybody that was there. Bell ringing kicked off a couple weeks ago. If you tuned in last month, you would have met Crystal. If you walk into Ace, Hy-Vee, and Runnings, and you don't see bell ringers, that means more bell ringers are needed. Go to registertoring.com and register to help out. Give It to the Max Day was on Thursday the 12th, and on the third Thursday of every year, over $37 million was brought in, which was a record for the state of Minnesota. So thanks to everybody that donated to our local organizations. Statewide, 6,430 organizations were donated to. And of course, today is December 2nd. It's Giving Tuesday nationwide, so it's not too late to give to our local charities. The 13th annual Indoor Christmas Tree Walk kicked off at the museum on Saturday the 22nd. The trees in the museum will stay decorated through December 31st. Be sure to stop in and make sure while you're down there to do some local shopping. Prairie Home Hospice kicked off their annual Light Up the Night parade, or Light Up the Night event last Friday the 28th. Kicked off at Independence Park. There was a parade that brought in, I had about 25 floats. There were fireworks afterwards. Lights will be on display through January 1st. The activities will be at Independence Park throughout each weekend, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday night. Through January 1st. Finally, on the chamber side of things, our annual meeting was on Wednesday the 19th at the Marshall Golf Course. Cassie, I know you were there. Congrats to all of our annual award winners, and big thanks to Pat Garofalo with the Grocers Association, who came down as our keynote. Good event. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Always.
It was a good event, and a lot of deserving award winners this year at the annual meeting. So again, our guests this month are Cassi Weiss and Rob Proffitt. Again, thanks for being here. So I think back to the dark days of COVID, which brought Fairbanks here, which was one of the few highlights of COVID, right? Let's ask a few questions. What league is Fairbanks Ice Dogs part of?
The North American Hockey League. Yeah, it's a vast imprint. It goes from the far east of Maine all the way up to Alaska, and from Corpus Christi, Texas, all the way to Minot, North Dakota, so it covers the whole U.S.
Yeah. How do players get on this team?
We recruit in the high school and midget level all year long. I have scouts that work for me all over the country and actually around the world and over in Europe as well. And scouting players and go through a camp process that we channel down, start with about 3,000 players in the fall that we're watching and narrow it down to about 150 in the summer and narrow that down to about 35 in the fall, and that's kind of the process. So
the longevity of a player on this team, they can either go straight to college, or do they go to you first, or how does that look?
Yeah, hockey a lot different than the traditional basketball, baseball, football sports, where you go from high school. Really, it'll be an anomaly for anybody to go right from high school to, especially the Division I college hockey anymore. You got to be super elite, if you will, from that. So junior hockey is a transition period. The game has changed a little bit. It used to be this is our 29th season of Ice Dog hockey, and so it used to be primarily 18 through 20-year-olds. Now it's gone down. We have a very young team that people will see this weekend, and we have 8 kids still in high school, very young team. So they could play for 3 or 4 years through that process. It's just kind of a little different development model.
Yeah, and then as I mentioned, this is year number 6 or number 5 you've been here. Mm-hmm. Let's date back. Let's talk about how you got here to begin with.
Yeah, so you talked about COVID at the front end of it, and the bottom line is, I was just sharing with Cassi earlier, like COVID could, everybody has their own spin on it, but it wasn't negative. For me, it was off the bat, it was when we got shut down in Alaska, shut down the game, and but COVID just extended my friendship group, starting with Cassi, who's done an amazing job, and all the other volunteers, billet families, supporters in this community. But it brought me a whole new friendship group and a whole new community, our sister city to Fairbanks. So it's been a wonderful experience, and it just by chance, and it definitely helped that Cassie loved the game of hockey, I'm sure, as well too. So it's been a privilege to be coming back each year and try to give back to the community, and it's something special and near and dear to my heart forever. As long as I'm around, we'll try to make it back to Marshall.
Right, so you're kind of touching on it. Why do you keep coming back? Obviously, Cassie plays a big role in her team with the partnership, but the Billet families, maybe explain what that is. What is all entailed with you coming back?
What do we have? Do we have 3 hours show? Or what do we got here? Yeah, so I mean, there's just so many pieces to it. I tell the story when I told Cassie. So these kids obviously are from all over, right? All over the world, if you will. So they stay with families in, if you will, a controlled environment. You know, they're not out in apartments, etc. And our whole job is not only to make them better hockey players, but to make them better people and go through that maturation process so they become a great student athlete. That's the end of our mantra for our organization is very simple: give a young man a chance to get an education playing the game he loves. So the Billet family. So these are families, and that was during COVID, right? March is when it hit, so it was the next September, I guess, but we talked in August, and I think it was 9 days, and she had 32 beds available in this community, and that should have been the red light should have went on right away, and it didn't take long after that this community, I mean, they're sports oriented, their community, they're just, I'm a Midwest guy as well too, a Michigan guy. They're just opening their doors to people they've never met during probably the biggest crisis we'll ever see in our lifetime, and welcoming new members. So between that and the just the support, whether it was the restaurants, the hotels, it's just the impact of trying to people coming to town. I think it was a positive. Marshall, I'd like to think we helped Marshall be in the Red Baron Arena. I mean, first class facility, right, in Southwest Minnesota. I mean, and so it's something that the Red Baron Arena, everybody knows about it in hockey. I'd like to think we helped a little bit in that process too, and try to give back and talk about what a great experience that we have there. So there's just so many pieces, but people they embraced it. We got involved with the community, obviously with youth hockey, and reading at schools. We've done ringing the bell. We've done some present wrapping, some shopping and bagging groceries for seniors. I mean, we try to give back as a lot more than just the games.
Right, huge impact with Ice Dogs coming to town, not only for the games, but think about the people that come into town. Cassie, you can touch on this. Because the games are at 7:30, right?
Yep.
So there's a whole lot of time to come to Marshall before and after, I guess, too.
Yeah, we did a little research, and last year we had like 30% of our ticket holders were visitors. And most of those people are coming 2 nights. So we estimate it's like $100,000 economic impact on our community.
That's fabulous. Yeah. That is fabulous. So today is Tuesday the 2nd, as I mentioned. Games are this weekend. Let's talk about the games.
Yeah. They're Friday and Saturday, December 5th and 6th, 7:30. Doors open at 6:30. Tickets are only available online, so get them now. We won't have anything available at the door. You'll just have to go on your phone to buy them. So it's best to do it before you get there. But $25 tickets, $35 for reserved seats if you want a seat back with a nice backrest for you, and a reserved spot. Those are $35. But we're looking forward to it. It's going to be a great weekend.
Yeah, visit MarshallMN.com. You can buy the tickets at.
Yeah.
Yes. And then finally, what can you expect from a game? Obviously, there's more than just the hockey game.
Yeah, I like to. It's an event, right? And so you don't have, in my opinion, you don't have to be a fan of just hockey if you're just, we talk about this same event. I've tried to take the template that I've had in Fairbanks and move it to Marshall, right? So whether it's date night, couples night, ladies night, men's night, family night, we kind of try to embrace it all, right? So we'll have merchandise available. I don't think a lot of times you can go in the Red Baron and have an adult beverage, and so on Friday and Saturday night, after these hardworking people, they like to do that.
Yeah.
Obviously, great things inside the glass. We do some four-wheeler stuff, giveaways, all kinds of engagement with the crowd. Obviously, the job that the crew does, Alex and Ryan, with the video board, and it's just a top shelf. I mean, top shelf. I've been around the block, and so amazing job there to engage the fans, and great music, and just amazing. It's just so fun. I mean, it reminds me so much of our building, and it's so fun that people are so engaged and happy to be there, and it's a fun night out for sure.
Yeah. From my perspective, been a member at the Y for many years. I've seen your players work out there, they get involved. I love the community aspect of the whole thing.
For sure, yeah, and there's so many of those, the YMCA that lets us, work out every day, and so many different people. Like we talked about the billet families, but there's volunteers. There's people behind the locker rooms making sure the guys are getting on the ice because everything's on a time schedule. There's penalty box. There's goal judge. There's people taking tickets. I mean, it's just it's a whole family deal, and that's kind of the epitome of our organization in Fairbanks. Is it's a family deal to pass along cold, dark winters. And I'm sure I'm getting blamed right now for this cold weather coming in, but it was warmer in Fairbanks. But yeah, so it's going to be a little chilly out. You might as well come. It's always warm at the Red Baron, and we open the doors at 6:30, so an hour ahead of time. Especially if you have a GA seat, pick your seat of your choice. And the concessions are open, all kinds of options, merchandise. Raffle for some really cool jersey, and it's a fun evening. Obviously I'm pretty proud of it and maybe a little biased, but for $25, I don't know that you can have a better activity, whether, like I said, all the situations with your family, with your friends, whatever it may be.
Great. Wonderful. So again, games are 7:30 Friday, Saturday night. Go to visitmarshallmn.com to get your tickets. I will be there on Saturday night, so I'm very excited for the games this weekend. All right, let's move on, talk about the other things that are gone in December, because there are a ton. I'm not going to be able to touch on all of them. So let's talk about, you mentioned wrapping gifts. The Southwest United Way of Southwest Minnesota is encouraging you to bring your unwrapped gifts to Graceville, Maryland every single Thursday in December, and they'll wrap your gifts. It is a heck of a deal. I am the worst wrapper in the world.
I might beat you out on that, actually.
Yeah.
I might. I'm terrible.
Yeah.
My husband has to wrap our presents.
Yeah, well, Michael doesn't have to, because we know he's a busy guy too. He can bring the United Way
I'm
to Graceville,
definitely
Maryland.
doing that.
Yes. Kindle Market is this upcoming Saturday at the YMCA. This youth entrepreneurship trade show features many young business people in the area. Be sure to stop by the YMCA from 9 until 12, again Saturday morning the 6th, and they might have some items that are perfect for your loved ones at home for Christmas this year. The Lyon County Republicans and the SMSU Republicans are hosting a GOP Governor's Candidate Forum on campus next Monday at 6. All 8 candidates that are up for election pre-primary will be there again next Monday night here on campus. The Marshall Area Stage Company presents live radio drama It's a Wonderful Life on December 12th and the 13th at the Marshall Lyon County Library. Show starts at 7 o'clock both nights. Good luck to all the young and adult actors and actresses that'll be on stage that evening. Join Hope Harbor for their annual open house Christmas cheer on Sunday the 14th from 11 to 4. Treats and tours, ciders, carols, cookies. You'll be able to meet some of the girls there at the house. Hope Harbor's annual open house is sure to bring Christmas spirit. Again, Sunday the 14th, 11 to 4. On the chamber side of things, let's just touch on this. This Thursday night is going to be a business after hours, and not only is it going to be featuring the Ice Dogs, but a lot of the partnering companies that you'll see at the Red Baron. Yeah,
we have figure skating, Maha, Rural Edge, power skating, and then the Ice Dogs, of course. And then Adri will be there talking about the different room rentals that we have available, and it should be a great night. We also are doing a skate with the dogs, so kids can come out and skate for free for an hour during that as well.
Perfect. That sounds like a good time. 4 to 6 o'clock this Thursday, the 4th. All of these events, and as I mentioned, there are so many. There is a Southwest Minnesota Orchestra concert next Tuesday at Holy Redeemer Church. There is so much going on in December, which is not a surprise. Be sure to look at our website at marshallmn.org. There's also a lot of good events on the visitmarshallmn.com website as well. Again, thanks again for tuning in to the December edition of Community Connect. Thank you to our guests, Cassi and Rob, and we'll see you after the new year.